Pontiac. There's Labonte's number 18. Steve Parkman in his Chevrolet is 4th. 31. There is Mike Skinner, the 5th place car. And Rudd is on point.
And this is another situation, Mike, where a lot of the teams chose to just put on 2 tires while others took on 4 tires. So they're learning that works. Let's go to Dick Berggren.
Well, there's one team that took on no tires, Ned. Ward Burton currently running in 7th spot. Remember, a few laps back, he was a lap down. Got his lap back on one of those caution flags. Came in this time around, took no tires at all, just fuel. Put him up into the front of the group in 7th spot. Earnhardt Jr., meanwhile, took 4, and he asked his crew, he said, how many of those guys in front of me took 2 or none? And they said, well, about all of them. So Earnhardt just calmly said, we'll take them one at a time every lap. Mike?
The Burton brothers are 6th and 7th. Robert Presley is 8th. Jimmy Spencer is 9th. Dale Jarrett 10th. This man, Dale Earnhardt Jr., is 11th. Also on the lead lap, Rusty Wallace, Mark Martin, Kevin LePage, Tony Stewart, Joe Nemechek, Terry Labonte, Chad Little, Michael Waltrip, Dale Earnhardt 20th, Jeff Gordon, Kenny Irwin, and Bobby Hamilton.
Ready? All right, man. Get up on that steering wheel. Go, go, go. Green, 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 green.
174 laps complete. We're back under green.
Don't you just love it? Get up on that steering wheel. How many times have I ever heard that? Wow.
And Matt Kenseth, as you see the action back in the pack, might have a shot at getting back on the lead lap. He lost a lap. He was penalized a lap when his crew let a tire get loose and roll across pit road.
Yeah, he's much quicker right now than Ricky Rudd. I think he will get by him as they come off the corner. He pulls even as they come down the front straightaway. Not quite.
Let's get an update from Bill Stevens.
Mike, an update on Matt Kenseth. Now, we saw the tire get loose and cross pit road. A NASCAR official just came over to Robbie Reiser, the crew chief, and said, Robbie, I've been telling you all day.
Turn 2, Tony Stewart. Excuse me, Bill, but he got way up the racetrack. Almost hit the wall, but hung on to it. He's dropped to the back of the pack. Let's go back to Bill.
As I said, Mike, the problem with the number 17 car today has been Matt has been too far outside of the pit stall. He's been too close to the action coming by on the right side. The NASCAR official said, I've got to hold you up this time and tell Matt he's got to bring that car closer in when he brings it into the pits.
So that then was the penalty for pitting outside the box. All those pit stalls are marked, and if you're over the line, it can result in an infraction and a resultant penalty. So here's Kenseth trying to get back on the lead lap. Ricky Rudd trying to hold him at bay because he knows that's one of the faster cars here.
I can tell you one thing. Ricky Rudd is not holding him up right now. Ricky Rudd's got his car dialed in pretty good. 2 tires are working for these guys. Matt Kenseth is a little bit quicker, but Ricky Rudd's pretty tough to handle when he's able to turn down on the bottom side of the racetrack.
Bobby Labonte is back in 3rd. Behind Rudd and Mayfield. Now here's Kenseth having a look to the inside. No, not this time.
Jeremy taking the inside look in the 12th car there, trying to look on the inside of Matt Kenseth. He has a good race car now, and that car is sticking a little bit better than Matt Kenseth.
So that's certainly going to hurt Kenseth's chances of getting back on the lead lap. Now he's got 2 cars to pass.
Yeah, well, I think he shot his foot up right now, it looks like, because he's moving backwards.
So Ricky Rudd leads it. Jeremy Mayfield, both in Fords. Labonte's Pontiac. Steve Barton's Chevrolet. Let's show you what happened there to Tony Stewart up in between turns 1 and 2.
Now, way up on the outside, the orange car.
Well, he got loose there and had to chase the car up the hill, and it didn't get better as he got up there. He got loose again.
He was very fortunate to get slowed down enough that he didn't get into the wall once he got up into the loose stuff.
Well, I interrupted Bill because I saw all that smoke from the right rear. Thought he might have cut down a tire.
Talking about moving back, Ricky Rudd now is falling out of contention there. He's moved over there. About 4 or 5 cars got by him in one corner there.
Rudd was the 15th different driver to lead this race. Now Jeremy Mayfield goes up front, and he will be the 16th different leader.
Meanwhile, Bobby Labonte in 3rd car there, the green car, is just so consistent. He's up front all day long. Don't make a lot of noise, but he's very consistent. And we all know he is lightning fast when it counts.
He's very patient, too.
The record for this race, 19 different leaders, set the first year, 1997. just behind this group, Steve Park ahead of Ricky Rudd, but Jeff Burton has passed Steve Park, and Burton is about to join Bobby Labonte. There's Burton, the right side of your screen, the number 99 Ford. Here's Michael Waltrip in our wrenchhead.com telemetry. Michael in 18th place. He's on the lead lap.
See how those RPMs go up on the straightaway, 84, 86, 87. They jump up to 9,000 right before you let off.
I'd have to say that was probably a little bit of wheel spin there, because he was not anywhere close to 9,000 to that point.
Big pack here as Ward Burton tries to break free of traffic. Kevin LePage, 16, pulls up alongside. This is for 9th place on back with Robert Presley in 9th. LePage now 10th. Wallace and Burton fighting for 11th.
And Ward Burton in that yellow-black car right there, he still does not have the handle under that car. He's not able to keep up. You see him washing up the racetrack, losing valuable positions now.
This was reported he took on no tires during that last caution. Normally, new fresh tires will run faster longer.
Speaking of which, look at the 3 car of Dale Earnhardt now. He is really flying up through this crowd. They made him mad a little while ago, I think, Mike.
He's up to 13th place, chasing Rusty Wallace. Now, Ricky Rudd was the leader on this restart. Rudd has fallen back to 5th place. Dick Berggren, problems?
Well, that's what I asked his crew chief, Michael McSwain. He looked at me and said just one word: tires. They didn't take any tires on that last pit stop. That's how he got the lead, and the car just doesn't handle that well now. Ralph?
Bobby Labonte's number 18 has been tight off of the corners right now, so he is battling that problem, which means as he comes off the corner, he's having a hard time getting that car to turn the front end and make it a good run down the straightaway. Mike?
John Andretti, after crash damage from Johnny Benson, back into the race. His 200th career start will not be a memorable one. He's in 40th place right now. But there are 2 old warriors going at it, Wallace and Earnhardt.
How many times have we seen that 2 and 3 car battle? Here they are going at it again. That's for the 11th position. Like that 10th position now. As Rusty gets by Robert Presley.
You know, it hadn't been that long ago that the 2 car of Rusty Wallace was leading this race, so when you get back and lose track position, it's tough to get back to the front.
Now, Presley is suffering the same fate as Ricky Rudd, not enough tires. That's why he's dropped those 3 positions, but Robert Presley was up there in the midst of the lead lap. It's been a competitive race here at Texas Motor Speedway. We're just past halfway. We've had 7 caution flags, 6 of them for crashes. The biggest one at lap 111, Bill Elliott, Jeff Gordon, Johnny Benson, and Jerry Nadeau were involved in that one in turn number 2. And this race has had 15 different, make that 16 different leaders, from pole sitter Terry Labonte down through Jeremy Mayfield, who's in command right now, ahead of Bobby Labonte, Jeff Burton, Steve Park, and Ricky Rudd, the top 5 as we watch the battle for 10th place there. Rusty Wallace and Dale Earnhardt.
Those 2 drivers are running about 8 1/4 seconds behind the leader.
Here comes Earnhardt, looking to the inside. Here he goes.
I'll guarantee you he'll go down in that corner much harder than most people. Earnhardt takes the spot.
And following him through, Joe Nemechek. So move Earnhardt up to 10th and Nemechek up into 11th place. And here comes Jeff Burton. This is for 2nd place underneath Bobby Labonte.
Jeff Burton has passed a lot of race cars today. He started, took a provisional back in 37th position, came to the front, then had an extended pit stop during a caution period, got back in the back again, came back up towards the front, now in 2nd place.
Jeff Burton, who won the inaugural, has passed all but one. He trails Jeremy Mayfield with 191 laps completed.
my duty to inform you that you've been charged with murder.
Murder, sir?
Tommy Lee Jones.
What do you think? Nothing. They're out to crucify you.
Samuel L. Jackson.
The crowd in front of the embassy had no weapons, did they, Colonel? They were killing my Marines!
This is a tape from the embassy. What if the crowd did fire first? Forget this guy. I don't want it to exist.
Withholding evidence is no less evil than charging my client with murder.
Is that a threat?
Oh, yes, sir.
Rules of Engagement, rated R. This Friday in theaters everywhere.
You got your pickup looking great.
Thanks.
How about a lift?
Sure. Where would you like to go? How about Pep Boys?
That's a great idea, because right now, Pep Boys is offering free installation of quality Gabriel Pro Rider premium shocks for your truck, van, or SUV. That's right, free installation up to a $40 value when you buy Gabriel Pro Rider shocks.
Truck's riding great. Glad you suggested Pep Boys.
That makes two of us.
Pep Boys. Cars like us.
People love us.
Policemen, firemen, the mayor of my town. The dude's hanging off of the paper truck. Mr. Chang, down at the local deli, sells me morning coffee, wishes me good luck. This is for the people in my neighborhood. They help me through the day and make me feel good. This bus for you. And you, and you, and you. This bus for you. And you, and you, and you. This bus for bus drivers, cab drivers, local gas station guys, Sal and his brother make a mean pizza pie. Tattooed Tony in his cool muscle shirt. Maria on the corner looking good in a skirt. This is for the people in my neighborhood who help me through the day and make me feel good. This bus for you. And you, and you, and you. This bus for you.
Tonight on 60 Minutes, the young beauty who grew up to become Queen Rania of Jordan and a troubled teenager who grew up to become Eric Clapton. Tonight.
Welcome back to Texas. Kid has funny ears. Oh, he's listening on the scanner, listening to his favorite driver and crew chief and spotter communicate. Might be Jeremy Mayfield. He's got the lead from Jeff Burton, but Burton's closed up. That lead car owned by Roger Penske and Michael Krenifus, the former worldwide head of racing for Ford Motor Company, now a NASCAR team owner with Penske. Teammate to Rusty Wallace. Mayfield out front, but Jeff Burton has just inhaled him.
Yes, it's a matter of time. Burton looked to the outside, inside in that corner, and in both places he gained on Jeremy. Now, whether he's content to ride along and take care of the car at this point in the race, we'll have to wait and see, but he is the fastest car.
Burton with a look to the low side, and Mayfield slips up the racetrack a bit. We may have our 17th different leader here. Not this time, maybe.
We definitely have a race. They're side by side, but now you see the 99 of Jeff Burton take the lead down in turn one.
So Jeff Burton's Roush Racing Ford comes to the front. It's Ford, Pontiac, and Chevrolet. Now in the front four. Burton did lead lap 84 earlier during green flag pit stop, so we're still on 16 different leaders. Dave Blaney making a green flag pit stop. You know, for all the crashing, the attrition has not been high. The only car officially out of the race is Jerry Nadeau.
And he's being penalized. Apparently came down pit road too fast. The Dave Blaney car that you mentioned made a pit stop there a moment ago. And when Jeff Burton gets that 99 Ford going, he is tough.
He is very, very tough, but just behind them, back there, just in the distance, he's just gaining just a little bit every lap. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is every bit as fast as anyone out there.
You're right. He's cutting a little bit of lead time off, but he is. He's about 4 6/10 seconds behind as we look at this battle for second.
One more lead change will tie the record for Texas for this race. 24. We've had 23 today. Will tie the record for lead changes.
Bobby Labonte went by just then and took over second spot.
And there's, don't call me Earnhardt Sr., there's Dale Earnhardt, 10th place right now in his Richard Childress Chevrolet. And you just saw him saw the wheel, fighting the handling just a bit.
Mike, even good race cars, every once in a while, they get a little bit sideways. They are running close to 200 miles an hour when they turn in the corners.
Jeff Burton moves past John Andretti. Andretti 44 laps down in 39th place. But if he stays on track 7 more laps, he'll pick up 3 points from Gary Bradbury's wrecked car.
I think I'll back it up 10 miles an hour because we do have telemetry. It's about 190 when they go in the corners, but let me tell you, that's pretty quick on this type of racetrack.
It's very fast for a mile-and-a-half track.
.203 laps complete. Let's go to Jeff Burton's pit. Here's Bill.
Mike, Frankie Stoddard is the crew chief for Jeff Burton. He's talking to Jeff right now, but we'll grab him. They have moved all the way up through the field. Boy, the way that he's running today, you were probably wondering when we were going to show up.
I'm not really sure what you just said, but what a job by Jeff Burton. He was really down on himself after qualifying. We broke the motor. We didn't give him enough top opportunity to get the car right for him. And but he showed everybody today, you know, that he's a super race car driver. I'm real proud to be able to be associated with him with Exide batteries, this whole team. We just got a couple more pit stops, and you know, the 18's real good. 12's real good. There's 8 cars real good. There's a bunch of them. I think it's been a great race all day, and you know, it'd be nice to pull this thing off in the state of Texas.
This morning I asked Jeff Burton if he was concerned about starting so far back. He said, "Are you kidding? I do my best work from the back."
He has shown a lot of times that he can come from the back.
Battle for 8th place net. Teammates tussling.
Mike Skinner in car number 31. Dale Earnhardt in number 3 took the position away. Right in front of them is Ricky Rudd in the car number 28. He has dropped back now.
And you can see why. He just can't keep the car down on the racetrack. The 28 there just went right up the racetrack in the middle of the corner. Good straightaway speed, but not much in the corner.
That's 8th, 9th, and 10th. Mike Skinner loses a spot there. May gain one from Ricky Rudd. Let's go to Skinner's pit.
Well, Mike, these Winston Cup cars are pretty big pieces of machinery, but some fine adjustments will make huge differences with the cars. Crew Chief Larry McReynolds is talking about adjusting the air pressure in Mike Skinner's car by the 10th of a pound. If usually they will do so much like they'll say 2 to 3 pounds, which could be 20 to 25 pounds of spring rate adjusted to the car. But now, Ken Squire, they're talking about just a 10th of a pound, which could be as much as 5 pounds of spring rate adjustment. Ken?
See that number 33, Nemechek? He's about to be challenged. And I'll tell you, the strongest one out there is Tony Stewart. In back-to-back laps, he passed Terry Labonte. Then he passed Mark Martin. 6 laps later, he took Rusty Wallace. Here he is closing in on these leaders, trying to crack the top 10. Tony Stewart's coming on strong. Back to Mike Joy.
Stewart's orange number 20 there on the move at 12th place, behind Nemechek and Skinner, and just in front of Rusty Wallace and Mark Martin. Seems that most every driver who has led this race has cycled through the field, either because of taking 2 tires or 4 tires. And the number of caution flags today, 7, have really provided some jumbling in the running order. We're at 209 laps. Jeff Burton is the leader in a Ford. Bobby Labonte's Pontiac, Jeremy Mayfield's Ford in 3rd, Dale Earnhardt Jr. and his teammate Steve Parkin's Chevrolets.
Go where you wanna go.
Many driving problems have been answered by Goodyear innovation. AquaTread wet traction, high-performance Eagles, all-terrain Wranglers, and AquaSteel run flat. That's serious technology. Freedom from worry. What's on the horizon? More new solutions for your peace of mind.
Serious freedom. Goodyear, Goodyear.
Volunteers, we all have regular jobs. We can be coming from anywhere. We get a call, we need to get to the fire right now.
Things that are going through our mind are the hazards we might face so that when we get on scene, we're ready to act.
We need a truck that can handle anything we throw at it.
4 full-size doors gets us in and out quickly. There's 6 people in the cab and there's a ton of room for cargo. Great truck.
For friendly advice and great savings on your DirecTV system, stop by Circuit City today. You'll get free professional standard installation, a $200 value, when you buy a DirecTV system at Circuit City and subscribe to Total Choice programming. The whole family will enjoy Total Choice with over 95 digital quality channels, including 31 music choice channels. It's all going on right now at Circuit City.
Here's your regular internet homepage. And here's i1.com. You use it like Yahoo, Lycos, or other search engines. Only i1.com gives away $10,000 every day, $1 million a month, and $10 million on tax day. Which one would you choose?
Oh, I see. Someone's supposed to struggle with this, right? So let's bring out the blonde.
Just doing research.
I'll pick the one with all of the cash.
i1.com.
Yeah.
Introducing i1.com. Why wouldn't you?
The FBI's best agent is going inside the mob. Now, any day, any minute, could be his last. Foul Code begins in 2 days on CBS.
Welcome back to CBS Sports coverage of the DirecTV 500 from Texas. Mike Joy with Ned Jarrett and Buddy Baker. Our leader's Jeff Burton, but Bobby Labonte remains just about 0.8 of a second behind. Dale Earnhardt Jr. now up for third, ahead of Jeremy Mayfield. Back to fourth, Steve Park is fifth, Kevin LePage is sixth, seventh is Dale Jarrett, eighth is Dale Earnhardt, and here's the ninth place battle. Now Joe Nemechek in 33 and Tony Stewart's 20 a lap ago sped past number 28 Ricky Rudd. So they are on the move, currently 9th and 10th.
It's a run. Let's see if he's going to be able to make the pass.
That's where I always like my car to handle the most. Right down that straightaway. Did you see that 20 car just pull up on Nemechek and blow by him down that back straightaway?
Let's give you a reading on Joe Nemechek. Our wrenchhead.com telemetry, a little bit of brake, hit 191 miles an hour. They're going into turn one. And if we stay on this to turn three, you'll see the turn one entrance, because of this curved front straightaway, might be just a little faster than the entrance into turn three. Hit 188 miles an hour there.
Yeah, you would think. More racetrack, more speed.
Now he touched the brake a little bit getting off the corner, Buddy.
I don't understand that. He's just letting his foot rest on it and is setting that light off. He's certainly not trying to brake.
Yeah, he probably didn't realize that he was pressing on the brake.
Leader in traffic, Jeff Gordon. Boy, Texas is still not his racetrack.
He had gone a lap down earlier, Mike, and then made a pit stop here just a few laps ago. So he's pretty far down the list now. In fact, he's being shown 3 laps down in 31st position.
Most of the damaged cars from the 6 accidents have gotten themselves back on track. Jerry Nadeau officially out. A lot of damage to Johnny Benson's car. He climbed out.
Adam Petty headed behind the wall.
Oh.
Just all of a sudden, he was running back there in about the 28th or 9th position, somewhere back there around 30th, but heads for the garage. He was hoping to run all day just to get experience.
But, as you say, that's one thing he did get today, and that's what he was out here for. He actually got some good race time out here, and he knows what the cars feel like at midway of the race.
Petty completed about 216 laps before going to the garage. That 19-year-old has a lot of promise and a lot of opportunity, but also a lot of responsibility to carry the most famous name in stock car racing to another generation.
I think he'll fit in that mold just right.
I think so, too. At lap 220, here's your leader. South Boston, Virginia's Jeff Burton. And Dale Earnhardt started 35th to win Atlanta. Burton started 37th today. There's Kenny Wallace battling, trying to stay on the lead lap. Brett Bodine just ahead of him.
He's used the combination of a fast race car and good pit strategy, and put him right out front. Brett Bodine in car number 11, right in front of him, to go another lap down. Brett is currently being shown in the 25th position.
And Brett, one of the very few driver owners left in Winston Cup racing. I think he and Bill Elliott among the teams that contend every week. You'd have to count Kyle Petty in there. Petty Enterprises is a family operation as well.
Well, Jeff Burton just did get by Brett Bodine then. Brett cut down, did not realize the leader was there, and there was almost a wreck going into turn 1 just then.
There's Darrell Waltrip on his victory tour this year, his last season, car number 66.
And this is his last appearance in Texas. Ned, let's add to that list Dave Marcus, who attempted but did not make the show here in Texas as one of the driver owners in this series.
It is certainly a dying breed.
I was just thinking about what Waltrip said the other day. He said, if I don't win a race this year, well, I'll just quit.
Instead of retiring?
Yeah.
Ricky Rudd coming into the pits. He was one of those that took on no tires during that last caution period, and he dropped back a little bit in the field, but now headed down pit road. You see he's had some damage on the right front with his Ford. We'll squeak on the brakes.
Yeah. He'll get tires now, but it'll be costly. It'll be at least a lap. Dick Berggren?
It was worth a try, though, Mike. He really had to do something in order to get himself back in position. He had spent a lot of time on pit road here, straightening out front end damage on this car. The nose of it looks pretty good, and he showed his stuff. He showed he's quick. Then he's back on the speedway. To Bill Stevens.
I'm with Adam Petty. First of all, Adam, what brought you into the garage?
We broke a motor. That's what happens. That's just my luck. Last night I had a car capable of finishing in top 5, and somebody blew up in front of me, and I got in their wreck. And today we was just riding along, running about 24th, and blew a motor. So that happens. We'll come back at Charlotte. At least I didn't tear it up. I learned a lot, and I just figured out, you know, what my line was and how and get back in my rhythm and everything like that. So I hope I earned some of those guys respect out there today. I had a good time. And we'll go get him next week.
When you got the name Petty, it's easy to get that respect.
Well, I asked his father, Kyle, why start Adam at the car-eatingest racetrack in NASCAR to make your first debut? And Kyle says, well, you remember, I started at Daytona. He said, Adam's run well here. He's qualified up front here in the Busch car and had a good finish in a truck. And Adam likes this racetrack, so he gave a good account of himself today. Sorry to see his day end early. 227 laps complete. The DirecTV 500 continues on CBS after this message and a word from your local station.
Please welcome today's guest, Drew Carey.
Well, today I'm going to show everyone how to install DirecTV. Great. First, you take your drill, your wrench, your stud finder. This will come in handy, just in case.
Fantastic.
And chuck it out the window. Because now, not only do you get more movies and sports and stuff and digital quality picture and sound, but installation's free too. DirecTV, now with local channels. My work is done here.
For Everybody Loves Raymond, the address is CBS.
When your power bill took a shocking increase.
I'm not going to pay $300.
3 to the rescue. Call, write, or email 3 to the rescue. Tell us your story, and we'll be there to help set things right. 3 to the rescue. Only on News Channel 3.
Ideal gifts for intense racing fans. Go to the Ford Racing NASCAR showroom at BartonBeats.com. From T-shirts to leather racing jackets, caps, die-cast replicas, and more. Signature merchandise from your favorite NASCAR and Ford racing drivers. The hot items with a look of champions on the all-American world-class website of winners, www.BartonBeats.com.
Beach Ford, Barton Ford, Lincoln Mercury.
Watch Home Improvement, Monday at 7:30, only on News Channel 3.
CBS Sports coverage of the DirecTV 500 is sponsored by DirecTV. What are you looking at? www.wrenchhead.com. Parts online all the time. And by John Deere. Nothing runs like a deer.
Welcome back to Texas. 231 laps complete. Pit stops continue. This is Michael Waltrip. Jeremy Mayfield and his teammate Rusty Wallace are both in as well.
These would be scheduled pit stops. Those that need adjustments would be coming in first. as Michael Waltrip goes out first to this group, but he came in before they did. So all those cars were on the lead lap.
And Ned, this is where the great pit crews come in when they stop under green. Anybody can have a good stop under caution, but when you stop under green, 1 second is almost a football field here.
Big battle of Steve Park and Tony Stewart. Share the same piece of racetrack. Dale Earnhardt works by on the outside. Now, Earnhardt and Stewart have been drafting together, and they caught Steve Park, who was battling Dale Jarrett. Now, here's Tony squeezing past Michael Waltrip.
Steve Park rolled out of the gas and just let Tony Stewart go right on by.
You don't see Jarrett because he's come onto pit road along with Matt Kenseth, Kenny Irwin, Robert Presley, and Ken Schrader.
Dick Trickle's in the pits as well.
Get right in here. Get her straight. Stop on the side.
And here's your race leader coming in, Jeff Burton.
And the second place man, Bobby Labonte.
Phil Stevens.
The Excite crew over the wall. This is what they call their 17 seconds at the office. Half a second for each lug nut. 2.5 seconds a wheel. They'll do 4 tires. 2 cans of fuel. The left side of the car is up so far. No snags whatsoever. Car is down and away. Excellent pit stop for the leader.
Not so for
Ralph Shaheen.
Jeff Chandler and Barry Cook go to work changing the tires on the left side now of Bobby Labonte's machine. This will be just a 4-tire stop. No adjustments to the car. A 15.04 second stop. An absolutely fantastic stop by the 18 team.
A good stop, but a bad result for Dale Jarrett. He was held in his pit for coming down pit road faster than the NASCAR mandated speed limit.
Well, he was penalized about what his pit stop was. 15:09 was his pit stop, and he lost 15 seconds as a result of that. Let's go back to the pits.
Dick?
Dale Earnhardt Jr. is on pit road right now. Stalled the car briefly. He is asked to tighten it up just a tad. When they put new tires on it, it's going to be another 4-tire stop. A little trouble in the right rear. Randy Cox trouble getting it up. There they go. 17.5. That's the slowest stop of the day for Junior.
Kenny Wallace, Mark Martin, Tony Stewart, Steve Park, Joe Nemechek are also in. There's Mark Martin pulling away. New paint job on his car for the Texas race. Kevin LePage becomes trouble. Turn 2. One car in the wall. Hard. It's Jeff Fuller.
And there's going to be a lot of cars that are going to be caught a lap down here, as a couple of cars had not pitted. Kevin LePage and Chad Little had not pitted.
I'm not sure if LePage has received the caution flag or if he came past the flag stand before the wreck happened. But the rookie, the former modified champion from Auburn, Mass., Jeff Fuller, and the Eel River Racing Pontiac, a hard hit in turn 2. The 8th caution of the day, coming at lap 238. Boy, both ends of that car are used up. Fuller had a great qualifying run. He was one of the 2 rookies in the top 10 in qualifying. Scott Pruitt was the other, and you can see that he is okay.
Uh-oh.
Now having a look at the damage. Can we fix it?
It'll be a tough job.
Jeff is okay. Let's show you what happened in turn 2.
Up there by himself. And the back end just goes out from under him and hits hard into the outside retaining wall. There's he slides on around down across the racetrack. Cars going by.
Ned, you would think maybe a tire went flat, but you could see the right side tires on that car were up. The left side, of course, are down, but he hit the wall hard enough to make those lose the air.
8th caution of the day. Jeff Fuller, the latest victim of Texas Motor Speedway. He's okay. Car is junk. We'll be right back.
One of the greatest joys of growing up is discovering that dreams can come true. The John Deere LT-133, only $19.99, and built John Deere solid, with more than 160 years of relentless craftsmanship and innovative engineering. It's the John Deere you've always dreamed of, at a price that's as practical as the man who buys one. Nothing runs like a Deere.
Guys who know cars know when to reach for the right tool. That's why they reach for wrenchhead.com, an incredible tool to get auto parts fast and easy. Log on for millions of replacement parts, performance parts, accessories and gear, top brand names, all at great prices. Or just hang out with other wrench heads. It's everything a wrench head needs. Well, almost everything. Are you a wrench head?
Chuck, it's Rennie. I'm stuck. Call me back.
Rennie, we're doing shadow puppets. Call me.
Chuck! Rennie. Call me back.
You just left me a message. I'm not going to touch my phone. Call me.
Tired of phone tag? Nextel's the only national wireless carrier with Direct Connect, a digital two-way radio feature. So, instead of reaching Chuck's voicemail, you can actually reach Chuck. Nextel, how business gets done.
In racing, you find out very quickly what you're made of. Strength, determination, perseverance. That's what a winner's made of. That's what Ford Racing is all about. Striving to give you the best-built cars and trucks on the track and on the road. At Ford, we race, you win. This CBS Sports Race Summary is sponsored by Ford. The latest innovations, the greatest traditions.
239 of 334 laps complete, 358.5 miles. 16 leaders working toward that record of 19, 25 lead changes, 8 cautions. As this track continues to devour them, Nato, Benson, Bradbury, Compton. Adam Petty lost an engine. Fuller just crashing hard up here in turn number 2. This track can really bite him. Well, let's get back with more of the story from topside. Here's Mike Joy.
Join CBS Sports tomorrow night beginning at 9 p.m. Eastern as we bring you the ultimate shining moment. Live coverage of the NCAA Men's Championship between Florida and Michigan State. It all starts with Prelude to a Championship presented by Honda. That's at 9 p.m. Eastern right here on CBS. Well, things have really shaken up right now, and it's good to be Jack Roush. 2 of his cars had not made pit stops under green, and they are at the front of the field. Here's Ralph.
Well, it's fantastic to be Pat Trice and crew chief for Kevin LePage, because right now, Pat, you guys are sitting in an enviable position. Explain to me how the advantage has worked out for you and what you're going to do to try to get to the finish now.
We've been getting good fuel mileage all day. Jack does a great job working on that for us. And Family Click Forward's been running really strong all day. We're running in the top 5. We're still running real good times. We could go a few laps. Guys come in a little bit early. We decided to stay out because last time caution come out right after everybody pitted, so you never know. And finally a break went our way this time, and hopefully it'll work out, stay green the rest of the day, and hopefully we'll be there in victory lane, we hope.
Dick, they're at the back end of the line, but they're actually at the front of the field. They're only going to need one more pit stop in that 16, where they're planning on taking just 2 tires, Dick.
Well, good news, bad news for Chad Little. Indeed, he has got a lap on most of the field by doing what he just did. But in order to accomplish that, he had to speed down pit road. Jeff Hammond said, no question, just stand on it. He came flying through here. NASCAR penalized him for it. As a result, Chad Little has got to go to the end of the longest line. He will be in second spot, but the end of the longest line. Now, as a result of all of that, they have decided, bring the car in right before the green flag, put some fuel in it. Wow. Wild, wild day for Chad Little.
Well, let's try to explain how the leaders of the race are last in line. They did not make pit stops under the green. So when the caution came out, they had nearly a lap on the field. All of these cars that you see here that are on the lead lap came into the pit. So the cars that were out there got a free pass all the way around. See, now, here's the pace car in front of that pack. These 2 lead cars come all the way around, so they will line up in the back. But they are the 2 leaders. The cars ahead of them are technically behind the pace car, so they're on the tail end of the lead lap, and there's a long list of them. There's at least 13 of them in that position. They'll all have to race very hard to stay in front of LePage and Little to keep from going 1 lap down.
That's exactly right. They were 1 lap down when the caution came out as a result of Chad Little and Kevin LePage not having made a green flag pit stop. Everybody else had. And so now we get one more lap to go. But you're right. They're going to have to race hard. And Kevin LePage is right on the back bumper of the 22 car of Ward Burton. Dale Jarrett is right in front of Burton, and then Mark Martin and Rusty Wallace, Nemechek. So, yeah, those are the drivers that are really going to have to race hard here.
Ned, let's get an update from Ralph on Elliott Sadler, the driver who was injured in that crash with Sterling Marlin back at lap 119.
And, Mike, fortunately, it's a positive update. Elliott is okay. He has a bad bruise to the left shoulder, and the x-rays were negative. That was the big concern. They are afraid something was broken in there. It's just a bad bruise to the left shoulder. He's going to be fine. Kyle Petty is currently behind the wheel in number 21. Bill Stevens?
Well, there's been some minor deal-making going on down here in the 99 pit of Jeff Burton and the Excite car. They've been in touch with the number 18 car, Bobby Labonte, the Interstate car. On the restart, they're hoping to hook up together and try to run toward the front. Excite batteries and Interstate batteries working together. What a country.
Oh, Ford versus Pontiac, Roush versus Gibbs.
Now, they should be in good shape. They're out. They've had fast race cars all day, and they're out front here and have a lot of traffic, a lot of race cars between them and the leader of the race.
I came back to where I was, Todd.
Green flag. You heard Dale Jarrett and Todd Parrott in conversation.
Okay, there was some shuffling around on the backstretch over there, and PJ said he got back to where he was, so I don't know what the...
Oh, Earnhardt. Earnhardt up high, and they are streaming past him. Here's Earnhardt Jr. alongside the 99, Jeff Burton. Jr.'s going to move up, but there's trouble with the 3 car. He got caught way up high.
Well, you wonder if he has a tire that's down or what?
Ned, it might have been that he got shuffled so far up the racetrack, he got a lot of that rubber debris on his tires and had to work it loose before the car would stick.
Could be. Okay, now we're being told that the 88 car has been posted because he passed on the left. Okay, no, that has been taken away. They were talking about that, but I guess when he said he got back in his position, then I guess they let it go.
So the leaders are mid-pack. Now there's Jarrett battling with Steve Park. And well back in this pack are the race leaders, Kevin LePage and Chad Little.
And that is a big disadvantage because the cars up front up there in clean air, and they're
DJ, trouble. He got hit by the 4 car going into turn 1.
Caution flag. Where are the leaders? More cars spin. LePage to bring them around to the flag. Now he will let off, and all of these cars in front of him will come back on the lead lap and be able to catch up to LePage and Chad Little because the pace car will not pick up the front cars in the pack. It will wait for the official race leader, Kevin LePage.
Exactly. And there's DJ's car sitting down on the inside of the racetrack.
He's moving around inside the car, you can see.
I'm not sure that he hit anything real hard. He spun up to the outside of the track and then back down across the track.
It was the 28. He said he's sorry.
Oh, 28. I saw DJ going into the turn on the outside of the 4, and I thought they got together, not anything to Bobby Hamilton.
All tires flat.
Well, let's have a look at it, Ned.
Yeah, we'll know exactly then. Okay, see, there's DJ on the outside of the 4 car, and still think they got together.
I'm not sure Ricky Rudd touched him.
I don't think so.
No, it didn't look
not from that angle. It wasn't apparent. Here's another look.
Well, it's already happened before that camera's kicked in. See, there is some damage to the left side. Everybody else was able to miss him.
Ned, he brushed it, though. It was not, as you said, that well. Anytime you hit it 190 miles an hour is tough. But
well, the 90 car also spun there. They had barrier.
Let's see what Mike Skinner saw of this. Okay. Did they touch? Look at those, the black and the red and blue car.
And the yellow car.
Yes, they did.
Hard to say.
Looked like he touched just getting in the corner there.
Now Dale Jarrett will climb out, and they'll hook the wrecker up to the number 88.
Boy, what a difference from a year ago when everything, the brakes went their way. They went on to the championship. This year they're having things happen that didn't happen last year.
And it'll be the first time that Jarrett has finished out of the top dozen here at Texas. Well, this will put the field back in order behind the pace car with LePage and then Chad Little, and then the rest of the pack will be behind them.
No, he declined getting on that stretcher. He said, I'm going to walk to the ambulance there.
Looks like he's limping a little bit, maybe favoring his right knee. But it just didn't look like he hit anything hard there, too. And I'm surprised that he wasn't able to crank it up and drive it back.
Not sure, Ned. Of course, when you go into that corner at 170-some miles an hour, any kind of a hit is pretty hard. So we'll check on the condition of that car and Dale Jarrett when we come back to Texas after this.
Please welcome today's guest, Drew Carey.
Well, today I'm going to show everyone how to install DirecTV. Great. First, you take your drill, your wrench, your stud finder. This will come in handy, just in case.
Fantastic.
And chuck it out the window. Because now, not only to get more movies and sports and stuff and digital quality picture and sound, but installation's free too. DirecTV, now with local channels. My work is done here.
You missed a spot.
Presenting The Day at the Gordons, where racing champion Jeff Gordon and his wife Brooke eat new Fritos chili and scoops, a hearty cup of chili and loads of Fritos corn chips. It's fast, it's filling, it's Fritos. Perfect for people on the go. New Fritos chili and scoops and Sloppy Joe and scoops. Nothing goes faster.
If anybody watches these NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series races, they'll understand what trading paint is.
We definitely do a lot of bumping and rubbing with 5 to go.
It is the very best race as far as side-by-side competitive racing, I think, going.
Once the green flag drops, there's no friends on the racetrack.
I come in and race against these guys, and they kick me, they run over me, they tear the sides off my truck.
The NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. This is NASCAR.
Here at Cooper Tires Test Track, they're developing some pretty impressive tires.
Record time, Mr. Palmer.
Cooper Tires, drive on.
It's an amazing April on The Late Show with David Duchovny, Faith Hill, Samuel L. Jackson, Ray Romano, Jack Hanna, and Paul Newman. Monday, don't miss Brooke Shields and Joni Mitchell.
Next Sunday on CBS, one of the most powerful casts ever to be assembled in an unprecedented live television event. Failsafe, 1 week from tonight on CBS. From high above Texas Motor Speedway, it's the Bud One Airship giving us these great views. Budweiser, the official beer of NASCAR. We're under caution for Dale Jarrett's accident. You see the tires flat spotted and damage to the 88. Off it goes to the garage. 249 laps complete. We're under yellow. Racing Electronics provides the communications to a lot of the race teams and scanners to the fans and our in-car radios. Let's try to get a word here with Kevin LePage. Kevin, Mike Joy at CBS. Things are looking pretty good.
Well, Mike, my hat's off to all the guys in the pit road there, Pat Trison and everybody. They're doing a great job getting this family click forward, running very well today.
What did you think when you're leading the race behind all those other cars right in front of you, trying to have to bust your way through them to put them a lap down, though?
I was kind of hoping the thing would stay green, because if it did, we have a pretty good car, and those guys have to make up a mile and a half. But, hey, we'll see what we can do. We're going to do the best job we can, and we'll see what happens at the end of this race.
Okay, 1 lap to go. We'll let you get back to work. Let's show you from Ricky Rudd's car what happened down there in turn 1.
Touch right there.
Yeah. And the 4 car did touch it. That's when DJ was turned into him.
Right.
So certainly didn't want to imply that Bobby Hamilton did anything wrong, and he didn't.
So now we're back to, well, if anything's normal here at Texas, this would be it. There are 17 cars going to line up in the outside lane on the lead lap. So the leader, Kevin LePage, is out front. Bobby Labonte is second. Dale Earnhardt Jr., Jeff Burton, Jeremy Mayfield, Tony Stewart, Steve Park, Rusty Wallace, Mike Skinner, and Joe Nemechek 10th. Then Chad Little, Terry Labonte, Ricky Rudd, Dale Earnhardt, Mark Martin, Ward Burton, and Jimmy Spencer. Those are the lead lap cars. Ken Squire.
How do you tell if you have a racer living in your neighborhood? Well, Kevin LePage says as you drive by a house in July, the grass is over 14 inches high. That's where the racer lives. We're too busy to mess with lawnmowers.
Stay inside of us, Jeremy. Find a spotter. Give him some slack. He tries.
Coming to complete lap 251
ready.
of 334.
Ready. 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 Green, 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 green.
That's Robert Presley racing back into turn one, trying to get back on the lead lap. He's done it once today. For the moment, he's done it again. Here's Matt Kenseth right with him.
Kenseth lost his lap when he was penalized for pitting out of the box on pit road.
It's going to get crowded going down in the corner. Matt Kenseth is on the inside. You see Bobby Labonte now pulling even with Kevin LePage as they start off turn 4.
And this is for money. Bobby Labonte for the race lead, gets it. He's got Earnhardt Jr. right up his tailpipe.
Riding with second place car, Dale Earnhardt Jr. as they head for the back straightaway. Boy, they'll have to pull back on the reins on Earnhardt Jr. right now because he's got a very, very fast race car. So does Bobby Labonte. So right now, it's just it's going to be the battle of wills.
Riding with Earnhardt Jr. And here's Tony Stewart. He's on the move. Going to dip inside Bobby Hamilton and try to take fifth away from Mayfield. Not that time.
Mayfield went on the outside of Hamilton. There's Steve Park in car number 1. And trouble.
Turn 4, one car around and sliding down. It is Joe Nemechek. And spinning to the infield is Rick Mast off turn 4. And caution is out for the 10th time today.
Rick Mast back underway there. He just went across the grass. Now he's back going.
You know, the complexion of this race is like the weather in New England, as Mark Twain said. If you don't like it, just wait a minute, because it's all going to change.
Wow. It has changed a number of times already here today. You see Nemechek moving around in there.
Robert Presley and Matt Kenseth were ahead of leader Bobby Labonte, and they have both come to the caution flag and gotten back on the lead lap. Joe Nemechek climbs out. He's okay, but the concrete here in Texas has bit another one.
Got his first win in NASCAR Winston Cup competition last year at New Hampshire.
He's not real happy right now. You can see him just kind of, leave me alone, let me look just for a second. But it's mandatory he goes in and gets a check over from the doctors here.
Tenth caution of the afternoon. Joe Nemechek with Rick Mast also involved. We'll be right back with you here at Texas after this.
The ability to have hands-on brewmasters working with the finest ingredients.
In the barley fields and in the hop fields, everyone has a genuine passion and commitment to upholding the highest standards.
Quality, freshness, attention to detail. Blend those things and you have what Budweiser is all about.
Well, they're 2 down in the top of the 7th. These guys are going to make a comeback. They better get the bats going soon.
Don't you wish you could scratch and get $1 million? Play Nap is a Million Thanks instant win game. There are thousands of other prizes, too. Plus, you'll save on hundreds of items. It's our way of thanking you for the last 75 years. Stop by a participating Napa Auto Parts store today.
I have a dream. I walk out onto the high dive platform at the Olympics and make the perfect back 2.5 twister. my Olympic dream come true? Nah, I'm a pole vaulter.
There'll still be some limits to the dreams of Olympic athletes, but none for Olympic Games spectators with Visa, the only card accepted at the Sydney Olympic Games.
I can't even swim.
Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
Here's your regular internet homepage, and here's i1.com. It's free. You use it like Yahoo, Excite, or other search engines. Only i1.com gives away $10,000 every day, $1 million a month, and $10 million on tax day. Which one would you choose?
Very loyal to this site. I'm not going to abandon it for some new guy with a truckload of cash.
You're kidding.
Of course. Do I look like an idiot? Look at this cash.
Introducing i1.com. Why wouldn't you?
CBS Sports coverage of the DirecTV 500 is sponsored by Napa. Why do you need genuine Napa replacement parts? Because some things can't be replaced. Visa, the preferred card of NASCAR. And by Brewery Fresh Budweiser, official beer of NASCAR. Hey, race fans, this Bud's for you.
Joe Nemechek is the latest victim of Texas Motor Speedway, bringing out the 10th caution flag at lap 254. 90 laps to go. And let's show you from Ricky Rudd.
Riding along behind Mark Martin. And you see the smoke up ahead. And Mark slowed down. Ricky tapped him just a little bit, but they got through there okay as Rick Mast on the left there spun out down through the inside.
Fritos takes you inside racing. We've had a number of cars get loose and get up and hit the wall.
It's easy to spot a car that's loose. Watch the back of the car trying to go to the outside there. If you ever see one get that far sideways, that's more than loose. It's a wreck.
Taping up a little bit of damage. Now, this was from one of the much earlier collisions that Ricky Rudd got a small piece of very early in the day. We've had 10 caution flags, 9 of them for crash incidents. 77 laps to go, and this one is far from over. There are 18 cars on the lead lap. There's probably 16 of those that can still win this. Dale Jarrett is out of this race. Bill Stevens.
Dale Jarrett right here, the reigning Winston Cup champion. Dale, first of all, physically, how are you?
I'm going to be okay. Just hit my right knee on the steering column, but I'll be okay.
We're trying to determine from the replay if there was contact before the spin. What happened?
You saw the replay. I didn't. I don't know. I'm not sure what happened. I just know when I got into one, car started wiggling. If that was from a touch or if that was just from the tires, I'm not sure.
He's disappointed, obviously. Dick Berggren?
Virtually nobody pitted on that caution flag. Here's why. Bobby Labonte keyed his radio and talked to his crew chief, Jimmy Bakar. He said, "You thinking what I'm thinking?" Bakar said, "Yeah." Track position. Bobby said, "Yeah." And they stayed out, and everybody else thought that was such a good idea. They stayed out, too. The only guys who pitted were the guys who were a lap down or way, way, way in the back. Mike?
Jimmy Spencer and Robert Presley were those guys way, way in the back who did make pit stops under this caution flag. They were toward the tail end of the lead lap anyway, so gave little or nothing up by making a stop.
You're exactly right. I'd take 4 tires if I was at the back because you can only go forward with that kind of advantage. It really helps the cars to have fresh rubber.
In fact, Robert Presley had just gotten his lap back, so he was all the way back.
Bill Stevens.
With Joe Nemechek, Joe, physically you're okay, but not a happy guy. No. It's probably as pissed as I've been in a long time. You know, you come here to these tracks and you race hard. You know, we had a good car running in the top 10, and lap cars just won't give you a break. And they want to race you down in the corner and pinch you down on the apron, and that's what happened to me. I mean, I just hit my left side on the apron and started wiggling and couldn't save it. Just very unfortunate. People got to start using their heads a little bit. Obviously entitled to be frustrated. He was out of the Busch race yesterday. Had an accident in that run.
As a Texas-sized temper flare-up, there have been several of those today. Tough day for Joe Nemechek. Bobby Labonte's your race leader as we go back to green. Dale Earnhardt Jr. right in his tire tracks.
Tighten your seat belts. I'll guarantee you it's going to get a little more exciting now. You're getting down to when it counts to make these moves on people. Dale Earnhardt Jr. has had a great car all day long.
First forward in line, Kevin LePage in third. Here's the fifth place battle. Jeremy Mayfield, number 12, Tony Stewart, and then Steve Park, Rusty Wallace, Mike Skinner.
You got each of the 3 brands represented up front. A Pontiac leading, a Chevrolet in second, and Looks like a Chevrolet's about to go to first, and then a Ford in third, and the Chevrolet of Earnhardt Jr. does go to first.
Labonte sees a big gap behind him, lifts the throttle, and drops in line.
And Kevin LePage has really turned it up in the 16 there in the third spot.
I think the longer Kevin's car goes on a run, the better it gets. Or at least I've observed him several times today. And he's just had enough left on these tires now that he might be able to challenge them.
These three have opened up quite a lead on the rest of the field. There's the front three, and there's the gap.
Jeff Burton in fourth place.
Jeff Burton, he does have a great race car, though. If he catches up to this bunch, don't count him out at all.
Jeff Gordon makes a pit stop. He's been kind of like the lonesome cowboy today. A lot of duct tape, a lot of repairs after Bill Elliott landed on his hood in the incident at lap 111. There's Burton, the fourth place car, right side of your screen. Now he's trying to close in, but he's got a long way to go. 1.7 seconds behind the leader and about 9/10 of a second off the third place car. So let's go back and get the battle for 7. Steve Park, number 1. Number 2 there, Rusty Wallace. 31, Mike Skinner. You're with Skinner.
Brett Bodine in the 11 on the very bottom of the racetrack, and I would imagine that Skinner right now would like to be down there where that lap car is to really get acceleration off the corner, but he seems to be handling quite well.
That battle for 7th place on back. Good run for Steve Park today. Got caught up with Scott Pruitt at lap 18 early on in the race as they fight it up front, but Park spent a lot of time in the top 10 and even the top 5 this afternoon.
He has been certainly in the top 10 all day long.
This could be it for Jeff Gordon. He's back on pit road after just making a stop.
Like
and yep, left turn garage. Track owner Bruton Smith would love to have a second Winston Cup race here at Texas. I don't think Jeff Gordon would be a fan of that. This has been an awful racetrack for him.
Boy, I'm telling you, 3 times out of the 4 times here, he's had trouble.
This man, he loves it. He won his first Busch Grand National race here, and now pulling away from Bobby Labonte. Could win his first Winston Cup race.
A disappearing view of you in my rear view.
Well, I think he's going to see a rising car in the background there. I think the 99 car, Jeff Burton, he's running very, very well. He's a little ways back, but he seems to be closing in on second and third.
Well, he's 2.6 seconds behind the leader right now. I agree. I think he is closing in on second and third. We'll see how he stacks up against Earnhardt as they run a few laps.
Well, I can tell you one thing. It's not going to be easy to pass Earnhardt because I can remember the first race that I ever won in Winston Cup, and you're not going to give it up easy.
Well, Jeff Burton was talking about him there a moment ago. He lost a 1/10 of a second that last lap, so Earnhardt is pulling away from everybody. And as we noted, Jeff Gordon did pull into the garage area and out of the race.
Battle for 9th place, Terry Labonte, the defending champion of this race. And here are the teammates side by side again. Are these two cars welded together today, Earnhardt and Skinner?
They've raced each other pretty hard. You said they raced like brothers, and they've certainly been together all day.
Earnhardt moves into 10th spot.
There's Gordon.
Sure what the record is for a rookie driver, how early to win in the season. I recall Ron Bouchard won at Talladega in, I think, his 11th start back in 1981.
Well, I think that was in July.
Look at the forward bite that Jeff Burton just got off the corner there. He gets up beside Kevin LePage and goes right on by him.
Goes right on by. But you said in the season or in his rookie season?
In his rookie season.
Yeah. Okay.
It certainly wasn't me, I can tell you.
Dale Earnhardt won in his 16th start. That was at Bristol, Tennessee in '79. So Burton having passed LePage for 3rd place. and moving away from Kevin LePage at about 0.2 seconds a lap.
But Bobby Labonte looks like he's turned it up, and he looks like he's closing in a little bit on Earnhardt to me.
From Bobby Labonte, you'll see him, well, he passed Jeff Gordon coming out of the pits. Gordon has put on a new set of tires and decided to try it once more.
Well, we thought he was putting it on the truck there a moment ago.
Well, it was funny, Ned. He pulled into the garage, and then he pulled back up toward pit road, and then they backed him up, and then they put tires on and sent him back in the race. Gordon came into this race 10th in the point standing and continues to soldier around here, running fast enough, but he is in 30th place, 13 laps down. Battle for 5th place, Jeremy Mayfield and Tony Stewart.
Tony Stewart's much quicker getting in the corner than Jeremy Mayfield is.
Stewart's moved up well since this last restart.
At one time, he was a lap down. Tony Stewart was.
Oh, we got a smoker on the back straightaway.
Could be Michael Walker, if I'm not sure. Michael was really smoking earlier. No, that's not him, is it?
Ed Barrier.
Ed Barrier.
Driving for Junie Donlevy out of Richmond, Virginia. Caution is out. Make that number 11 for the afternoon.
And this should be their last pit stop. They should be able to go the rest of the way on a tank of fuel.
Now, what's a good pit crew worth now, Ned?
It's worth a lot.
So Barrier will coast to the garage for Donlevy. And this should, once pit road is open, bring everyone in. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is your leader. Bobby Labonte is second. Jeff Burton is third. That's a Chevy, a Pontiac, and a Ford. Kevin LePage, Jeremy Mayfield, and then Tony Stewart. Steve Park, Rusty Wallace, Terry Labonte, and Dale Earnhardt are your top 10. Also on the lead lap, Skinner, Kenseth, Martin, Wardburton, Little, Rudd, Spencer, and Presley. And we have broken the record for most caution flags in this race. Anyone surprised?
No, you hate to see it because a lot of great cars, and, you know, you hit a wall at 190 miles an hour. It's really good that nobody's been injured, but
yes,
a lot of cars have been torn up, too.
One tough racetrack. Earnhardt Jr. is just about to overhaul the pace car to get to pit lane here. Now, only the cars on the lead laps, 18 cars on the lead lap, are allowed to pit the first time by. Let's first go to Bill Stevens.
Jeff Burton is in the number 99. They're going to put a half a pound of more air pressure into the right rear tire to loosen that car up a little bit. This will be a 4-tire stop. This will be a crucial one. Remember, this team started 37th today and have moved into third place. They're down and away. They'll be happy with that one to Dick Berggren.
Bobby Labonte and his crew chief had talked about taking just 2 tires, looking for an advantage. They decided not to do it. We're looking at them with the pole cam right now. This is the championship winning crew, 15.9, a good stop for Bobby Labonte.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. came in with the lead.
Went out in front of Bobby Labonte.
Yes.
But some other cars that just took on 2 tires back there, I think, beat them out.
That's right. Ralph?
14.7 seconds for Dale Earnhardt Jr. A very strong stop by this team down here. They took 4 tires and made no adjustments.
The 1, the 2, and the 17 got out ahead of Earnhardt Jr. And here's Dale Earnhardt looking hard at that left side. Now, the last time they were in, they had a very, very long pit stop. And we're told now that they are changing the battery on Earnhardt's car. That's located behind a panel under the left rear wheel well. So he'll come back and be on the lead lap, but Earnhardt will be back in 18th place.
Wagner brakes make any car feel high performance.
Yep, they're Wagner brakes.
So choose Wagner, from the world's leader in brake pads.
Yesterday, to find good wood at a typical home improvement store, you had to search through stack after stack. Frankly, this was a waste of time. Today, with Lowe's exclusive Top Choice brand lumber, the search is over. Every piece is pre-inspected. Straighter, smoother, center cut, and graded prime. And Lowe's has all the other building materials you need in stock at guaranteed low prices. Ambitious people rejoice and finish faster. Lowe's, improving home improvement.
And Blanchard's car is handling great as he takes the lead. Incredible.
Moog chassis parts make any car feel high performance. So choose the chassis parts that drive NASCAR champions to victory. Moog, now with M2 technology.
Out here, time is money. Big money. Some days I just need extra equipment. Dozers, trenchers, even the small stuff. These guys aren't going to wait around. I can't wait. So I call Nations Rent. They got what I need. They get it here when I need it. It's newer. It works.
Nations Rent carries New Holland, backhoes, and skid steers.
I got no time for excuses.
Nations Rent. 1-800-NO-SWEAT.
Oh, not again.
The final two. Florida continues its miracle run against Morris, Mateen, and Michigan State, the NCAA basketball champions. Monday night on CBS.
Beginning Thursday, CBS Sports again proudly presents the Masters, a tradition unlike any other. Defending champion Jose Maria Olazabal, along with Tiger Woods, Sergio Garcia, and more superstars expected at Augusta National for the Masters. The master of Texas for the moment, Dale Earnhardt Jr. You think his crew wasn't happy they beat Bobby Labonte out of the pits?
Yes.
Don't forget that his first NASCAR Busch Series Grand National win came right here in Texas.
Coming up on the back bumper of Joe Nemechek.
That's called the bump and run.
And into history.
We were here, and that was a great day.
Dale Jr. and his dad and crew celebrate. That was then, and this is now. Steve Park, Dale Jr.'s teammate, is the race leader. Rusty Wallace is second. Matt Kenseth is third. Then Earnhardt Jr., Bobby Labonte, Jeff Burton, Tony Stewart, Kevin LePage, Jeremy Mayfield, and Mark Martin are the top 10 on this restart. Laps to go. A lot of time for a lot of things to happen.
Absolutely. Right now, Matt Kenseth in third place, rookie. Fourth place, Dale Earnhardt Jr., number 8 there.
He's got to be very patient, which he was there, passing the lap traffic. But now those in front of him are for real. They're the leaders. Moves up on Kenseth, boy, in a hurry.
Careful, careful. Ah, he gets under the bottom there and goes right back into it.
Bobby Labonte also moves past Matt Kenseth, and here comes Jeff Burton.
You know, and that's a classic example of 4 good tires against 2 tires. The cars that Dale Earnhardt Jr. is going by right now only took on 2 tires.
Makes a big difference, especially when he had a fast race car already.
Yes, that's what makes it look easy. Doesn't mean it is.
That's what it looks like. Look how he goes to the outside by Rusty Wallace. Bobby Labonte also on the move on the inside.
And here comes Jeff Burton. Putting on 4 tires is like putting on Superman's cape.
Oh, you got it. The next victim is right in front of him, Steve Park in the number 1 car.
His teammate, Earnhardt's teammate, come out of the same garage in Mooresville, North Carolina.
Park, runner-up for a NASCAR Modified Championship by the smallest margin in series history. Then a Busch Grand National driver, and now in Winston Cup for Dale Earnhardt.
Identical cars except for one thing, left side tires right now.
Well, Steve Park is not showing any favoritism to the boss's son.
But I don't think he can hold him off as they come down the front straightaway side by side.
Earnhardt Jr. back to the lead.
Do we have to tell you the crowd's making a lot of fuss when he made that pass? I could hear him over the cars, the fans.
Matt Kenseth passing Rusty Wallace. That's back in 5th place.
And here is the 16 car of Kevin LePage as well, coming up trying to make the pass. Didn't quite pull it off because Kenseth hadn't made it work yet.
Well, LePage started on the outside pole, and he's had a great day here in Texas.
Bobby Labonte takes over second. And here comes Jeff Burton.
Watch the forward bite off the corner here of Jeff Burton. He'll just motor right on by.
Steve Park giving it a game try, but that car a little loose off the corner. And he surrenders the position. So there's Dale Earnhardt Jr. leading him across. Now he has an advantage now of a full second over Bobby Labonte. Let's go to his pit.
Tony Eury Sr. is Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s crew chief. Tony, those 4 tires got him to the front. What do you got to do to keep him there to get that first win?
We got to stay in front for 50 more laps. Budweiser car's real good. It's been good on 4 tires all day long. We wasn't going to mess that up. Goodyear brought a great tire here, and you can put 2 on and get away with it for about a half a run, but you couldn't make that whole run, I don't think. 2, so we're putting on 4 every time. Hopefully we get Budweiser.
The only thing you can predict here in Texas is the race will be unpredictable. They've run it 3 times, and this in its 4th year could give us a second first-time winner. Jeff Burton scored his first ever Winston Cup win here in the inaugural in 1997.
And Earnhardt is pulling away, Mike. He's almost to 1.3 seconds ahead of Bobby Labonte now.
Car looks flawless in the corner, able to hold it right on the white line on the bottom part of the racetrack. See Bobby Labonte, that's your interval from first to second right there. Bobby Labonte about a half a turn back now.
Riding with the wind.
Just daylight ahead of him, racetrack.
Doesn't spend much time out of that throttle, does he?
Well, he made it all count. When he really needed the grip, he was out of the throttle, and when he got back in, the car was already set really good to get a good run up out of the corner. He didn't overdrive the corner.
Sterling Marlin's car being pushed into the garage area.
He will join Ed Barrier, Joe Nemechek, Jeff Fuller, Adam Petty, Gary Bradbury, Johnny Benson, and Jerry Nadeau as the car is out of the race. Picked up another 10th that lap, 1.4 seconds between Earnhardt Jr. and Bobby Labonte.
He just hopes.
Oh, Matt Kenseth.
Oh, hard in the wall.
Started to say that Earnhardt just hopes there's not a caution flag, but here will be one.
And everybody's going to get past as Kenseth slams the inside wall. And once again, for the 11th time today, caution is out for an accident. It's the 12th caution overall at lap 290. And turn 4 once again is Calamity Corner.
The car hit very, very hard on the driver's side then.
Matt Kenseth, runner-up last night to Mark Martin in the long-delayed Albertsons 300.
He's a very talented young man as well. He was leading the rookie points coming into this race.
And they're getting the window nets open, and the fire crew always wants to get that hood up to have a look inside to make sure that there's no broken oil or fuel lines or chance of a fire. There's Matt.
With his hat on already.
Learned that trick from Jeff Green, no doubt. And Dale Jarrett comes back into the race. 45 laps back. Let's show you what happened to Matt Kenseth.
He's going into the turn, buddy, all by himself.
You could see it wiggle just a little bit getting in there. Now it turned around. Watch it hit on the left side of that race car very hard in the wall. Now here's where he was lucky. Everybody goes by without contact.
290 laps complete. 44 laps to go. Still a lot can happen here in Texas.
To me, this isn't a hobby or even a sport. It's an obsession. So if I can't get out to this exact spot at this exact time of year, I may as well be bowling.
Get out there in expedition from your Ford outfitter. Outfitting you with the most far-reaching sport utilities on Earth. Ford Outfitters. No boundaries.
When it comes to getting the right parts fast and easy, guys who know their way around under the hood always turn to their best friend, wrenchhead.com. It's the place to buy auto parts online. Log on for millions of replacement parts, top brand names, performance parts, accessories and gear, even hard-to-find parts. Or just hang out with other wrench heads with wrenchhead.com. Getting the right part is a snap. Are you a wrench head?
My name is Jack Grossman. This is my wife, Christy. Our daughters, Rebecca, Jessica, and Kara.
We're the Grossman girls.
I really enjoy what I do as an Excel representative because it gives me more time to spend with my family. It's one of the greatest parts about doing Excel. We have total freedom to make choices. Excel's a telecommunications company. They're into e-commerce, internet, long distance, wireless. Today we're on our way north, but we're lending a hand along the way. I do a lot of community service work. Call me Mr. Marinara. It's really important that they learn to give back and help other people. That's what it's all about. I don't call it a job because it's just a way for me to be free.
When the president is in trouble, he calls on his secret weapon, Chuck Norris. Who are you?
In service.
In the world premiere movie, The President's Man, CBS tonight.
CBS Sports coverage of the DirecTV 500 is sponsored by Ford Outfitters. No boundaries. Lowe's Home Improvement Warehouse. Lowe's, improving home improvement. And by DirecTV. What are you looking at?
292 laps complete, 42 to go. Mike Joy with Buddy Baker and Ned Jarrett. It's been mechanical mayhem. 10 of the 12 cautions here have been for concrete punchers. 10 big accidents accounting for 10 of the 12 yellows. Now tonight on CBS, Queen Raina of Jordan and guitar god Eric Clapton, followed by a powerful all-new Touched by an Angel, and then Chuck Norris stars in the action-packed world premiere movie, The President's Man. That's tonight on CBS. And Chuck Norris, an interested onlooker today, was Ward Burton's man. Earlier in this week, Ward's 7-year-old son, Jeb, got to meet the action star, and boy, was he thrilled.
He was, and Chuck was seated next door in the suite here to us at the beginning of this race. So he loves auto racing.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. continues to lead this race now over Bobby Labonte and Jeff Burton. Here's Ralph.
Mike, the gentleman on the left here with his arms folded, that's B. Hoover on Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s team. He is one of the chassis special setup guys for Dale Earnhardt Jr., and there's a reason why it's so special. You see, the team found out that B weighs exactly the same as Dale Earnhardt Jr. So basically, whenever Earnhardt Jr. eats, B. Hoover eats, and whatever Earnhardt Jr. eats, B. Hoover eats. And believe it or not, the team gives him a lot of ribbing about it.
Hey, Chuck Norris has a stand-in. Why not Dale Earnhardt Jr.?
Oh, sure.
Or would he be a sit-in for hopping in that car so they can scale it? Who knows?
Go B. Hoover, huh?
There's the leader. Got an arm out the window to get a little bit of cool air, and there's plenty of that to be had here in Texas. It is a very cool, unspring-like day.
17 cars still on the lead lap.
And 5 of those took 4 tires during this caution flag. Terry Labonte, Mark Martin, Dale Earnhardt, Robert Presley, and Chad Little. So they may be a bit quicker than the cars who did not stop.
You're exactly right, Mike. That may be bigger than we even think it is.
We're getting down toward the end of this one, and you can get a complete review of the past week in auto racing, including results and standings in the weekend recap. Just click on Racing at cbs.sportsline.com. AOL users, it's keyword CBS Sportsline. Let's get down to the pits of the second place car and Dick Berggren.
Well, Bobby Labonte and his crew chief, Jimmy Makar, have had conversation, and they are in agreement. They would like to see a long green flag run. They think that's their best shot to catch that number 8 of Dale Earnhardt Jr. Why not? Earnhardt Jr. has incredibly fast pit stops, and he seems to be quick right out of the box on new tires. Mike?
Saw a bit of smoke from Michael Waltrip's car as he came down and got ready for this restart.
That must be an oil tanker. That thing's been doing this for a long, long time. I don't know how much oil he's got in it, but there's plenty.
Yeah, he has been smoking for quite a while. In fact, when we had a caution a while back where Ed Barrier, I thought it could be Michael Waltrip because his car had been smoking, but he's been hanging in there, although he's a few laps down, but still hanging in there. He's being shown in the 22nd position, 2 laps down.
There are only 2 cars a lap down, Bobby Hamilton and Kenny Irwin. As Ned pointed out, 17 cars on the lead lap. If Earnhardt Jr. wins today, he and his dad will become the first father-son combination to visit victory lane in the same season since 1988, Bobby and Davey Allison.
That would be some great company to be in.
Absolutely. I was thinking the same thing.
That was the last year that Bobby Allison raced. That's when he had his big injury in Pocono, Pennsylvania. We're going green flag racing.
Bobby Hamilton in the 4 there trying to make up a lap right now. He's not going to get it done, but he is fighting as hard as he can.
And the 2 GM cars got the jump on Jeff Burton's Ford. There's Earnhardt and Labonte. They've taken off, and they have Hamilton as a lap-down car cushion to Burton.
Now, what Labonte's trying to do right now is stay as close to the back of that car of Earnhardt's as he can. If he can stay right up, he might make him a little bit loose and uncomfortable.
That's his best chance, maybe, to pass him, Buddy, if he could do that. But Earnhardt begins to pull away a little bit now. Got just a car length and a half away. That's not much, but maybe enough that it won't loosen him up. You got to be right up under him before he can do that, and that's exactly what Bobby Labonte was trying to do.
You're riding with the Circuit City camera on board Bobby Labonte.
And he's not wasting a lot of time out of the throttle either as he goes through the corner, just kind of feather-footed through it. Listen. Back in it and gone.
And coming in his rearview mirror is Jeff Burton. That third-place car has now cleared Bobby Hamilton and is about to join this fight for the lead.
Well, he is definitely gaining on Bobby Labonte. Let's see, he's right now, the last lap was 3/4 of a second behind the leader.
5th place battle, Steve Park and that number 1, Kevin LePage. They both had a great run today. Dan Mayfield.
Kevin goes in there very hard. Here comes Jeremy Mayfield. Steve Park is caught on the outside and does not have the grip to stay there.
And remember, he only took 2 tires way back there. A little surprising maybe that he didn't come in this last caution. Didn't want to give up that track position, I guess, but he was losing some positions, but I guess he figured he could hold on and do better.
Ned, let's pick up on the cars that took 4 tires on that caution. Number 5, Terry Labonte, and number 3, Dale Earnhardt, have climbed up now to 11th and 12th. Trying to march toward the front and see if those 4 fresh tires will be of advantage.
Last week at Bristol, Tennessee, which is a very difficult track to pass on, Terry Labonte came in with about 17 or 18 laps to go on that track, took new tires, and came all the way from 17th up to 5th position. So it worked there. See how it works here.
Worked for Johnny Benson, got him a 2nd place finish with 4 tires on the last stop.
But he did that all day. It was his game plan. These guys made a great move there, I think.
Tony Stewart battling Steve Park for 7th.
You can see Steve he don't get the run off the corner the cars that took on tires are getting right now.
Well, I mentioned a moment ago that Burton was 3/4 of a second behind Earnhardt. Right now, it's 1.15 seconds. So Earnhardt pulling away, even though Burton was gaining, as we said, on Bobby Labonte. You can see he's up on him. But Earnhardt is looking in his rearview mirror and doing the distance.
Look,
whoa!
Look at the father back here. He hadn't given up anything either. 3 wide into turn 3.
And Terry Labonte did not give an inch. They don't call him the Iceman for nothing. He just took it in there 3 wide. He says, I'm not giving you this spot.
That surprised me. I thought Terry might back off, but boy, he didn't. I'm proud of him.
Well, Ned, the dinner bell's ringing. There's only 32 laps to go.
That's exactly right.
And he still hadn't given it up as they're side by side coming off turn 2.
Riding with Ricky Rudd.
Terry got a good run off of that turn from the high side. He's sort of driving in that second groove there.
Yeah, the car's working very well.
But Earnhardt had that little
Ooh,
groove.
he almost got in the wall coming
he
off turn 4. Earnhardt made that spot then.
And Ricky Rudd might have kicked up a little dust to the infield grass trying to get by as well. Didn't quite make it.
He had a run. He was up beside it, but couldn't hold on.
Things are getting close at second place. Jeff Burton in the Ford has caught Bobby Labonte. But they still lack 1.5 seconds to Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Yeah, Earnhardt Jr.'s gaining about 1/10 of a second a lap as Michael Walker takes his car to the garage area.
If we watch him go down in turn 3, Dale Earnhardt Jr., a guy had the nerve to ask me the other day, is he for real? Turn your set up. He is for real.
Well, the Earnhardts are known for April Fool's jokes on the Winston Cup competitors. Earnhardt won his first Winston Cup race on April Fool's weekend 1979. And if you've looked at the calendar, here we are 21 years later.
Wow.
Same weekend.
Interesting.
You know, my hat's off to Mark Martin, not only for winning last night and extending that great string of Busch Grand National victories, but in victory lane, he reminded everybody that this was the weekend we lost a great racing champion, Alan Kulwicki.
On that.
Kulwicki was the defending Winston Cup champ when he perished in a plane crash coming back to Bristol, Tennessee from a personal appearance.
1993.
He was missed.
He certainly is.
These two cars are basically the same as far as speed around the racetrack. It would take a mistake on one or the other for position change because Bobby Labonte is just as fast as Burton is.
27 laps to go.
Boy, that's a long time though on the racetrack. Anything can happen. Just one time, get out of the groove a little bit, have to check up, and those second and third place cars be right on your heels.
There are your 3 leaders, and you see the advantage Earnhardt Jr. has, 1.6 seconds. While Bobby Labonte has to occupy himself with Jeff Burton. Now, for Labonte, is he now what we call big picture racing? If you've got a second place car, try to run second, because that's 5 points between those 2 positions. And at the end of the season, boy, they add up.
Oh, they certainly do. Yes, he's going to take what he can get from this race, and not. You know, once he saw Earnhardt pulling away, he said, hey, I can't catch him. The best thing I can do is try to protect second place.
That's what Labonte's Pontiac is doing against Burton's Ford. But here goes Jeff with a look on the inside.
Got a good run coming off of turn 4, but it was not good enough to get on the inside of Labonte.
We are 25 laps from the finish at Texas. Dale Earnhardt Jr. with a 2-second lead, but lots left that can happen. CBS Evening News with John Roberts will follow us on most of these CBS stations.
I think that crew's a little nervous. Never, ever have they won a Winston Cup race. Their first year out, and here they are with a chance to win a big race I'm talking about.
There's the second place battle. Jeff Burton, what a day he's had, coming from 37th starting position. Remember, he won at New Hampshire from just as far back.
38th, I believe it was, in New Hampshire.
Let's get an update on Burton. Bill Stevens.
You had to pick up on the point that Buddy made just a few moments ago about the 18 and the 99 being about the same speed. That has not been lost on driver Jeff Burton. He just radioed to crew chief Frank Stoddard. I think I'm going to need some help to get around the 18, but he'll have to pull over and wait for help because those 2 guys have really opened it up.
And there's not much help ahead in the form of lap traffic. car on your screen is Jeff Gordon. He is running many laps down. Dale Earnhardt Jr. coming up to lap past him on the left of your screen now, goes around the outside.
I believe the scoring monitor is showing Gordon down 13 laps.
Bill Elliott landed on Jeff Gordon's hood in the 4-car crash at lap 111. They spent the whole day repairing the damage. This is for second place.
You're right, buddy. Those cars are pretty evenly matched.
Yeah, it'll take a wiggle from the 18 car of Bobby Labonte, and he don't make that many mistakes. If I was having to catch somebody, I'd want to be somebody besides Bobby Labonte, I think.
Well, he got a good run that time coming off of turn 2 when Labonte went on the outside of Jeff Gordon. But Bill, now, right here is where Bobby is really running strong coming off of turn 4. A couple of times Jeff has got a run off there too, but this time Bobby Labonte got the good run off there. Maybe a little distance between them.
Now Earnhardt's going to be in lap traffic here in just a little bit, and that may hold him up. You have to catch these cars just right to keep that momentum up, or those second and third place cars will close right in on you.
20 laps to go. Dale Earnhardt Jr. second in rookie points to Matt Kenseth. Kenseth has crashed out of today's race at lap 290. John Andretti moves aside with his wounded car, as does Bill Elliott. And there's Dad, Dale Earnhardt, running a ninth.
Catching Mike Skinner again.
How many times have we seen this today? These two are teammates, and they have been right close together all day long. But we're getting down to where it counts for money. Skinner, though, gives Earnhardt plenty of room. And Dale moves up to 8th.
He's really running away, but Mike, the car, his teammate, car number 1 is Steve Park. I believe it's been reported that he has smoke coming from his car. And, of course, those engines come from the same shops.
Park has fallen to the tail end of the lead lap.
He has. He definitely is off the pace as far as where he was earlier.
Second place. Black flag is out for Steve Park. He'll have to pit. Labonte trying to hold on, but he's up on the outside, and that's not the fast way around here.
No, but he's got to go now. He's got to hold it in there. He's got a lap car just in front there. Looks like he, oh, I don't know. Don't pull over. If you do, we have a caution.
Bill Elliott moves aside. Now the spotters up on the roof told Elliott, you got him coming side by side for second place, and Elliott gave room.
Bobby Labonte cannot hold him off. He got on the high side there and didn't have the grip to hold him, and Burton just went right on by.
Now both these drivers figure for the Winston Cup Championship. There's Frank Stoddard, not happy. Jeff Burton's crew chief.
I would say that lap traffic might have had something to do with that when they had to hold back there just a second before that.
Burton is 8th in the Winston Cup points. Bobby Labonte is the point leader. They are 185 points apart in the standings, and both figure to be there at season's end. 16 laps to go. Dale Earnhardt Jr., the defending Busch Series champion, Winston Cup rookie, trying to win in only his 11th start. Ralph?
And Mike, nobody is doing it for him. It's all Dale Earnhardt Jr. All he is getting over the radio is just split times between him and second place, and where the traffic is, he's doing it all by himself. Nobody's coaching him home. And remember, one other thing, this would also be the first Winston Cup win for crew chief Tony Erie Sr., who's been around NASCAR racing for many years.
But you wonder if Steve Park, apparently he's coming into the pits. He was black flag. As I mentioned earlier, those engines comes out of the same shop. Would they get a little nervous about Earnhardt's? Of course, you know, we see it all the time that one engine out of 100 or so might give problems, and probably no big concern. But.
So there is Park, and they'll look at the source of that smoke, see if they can get him back into the race. He's had a great day, but for the bump with Scott Pruitt early on, and the official sends him back out.
Of course, they looked underneath the car to see if it was leaking any oil, and apparently they didn't see it, and said, okay, go on back out.
Yeah, that smoke's coming out the tailpipe, so it's something internal. Robert Presley's day appears to be done. Tonight on CBS, Queen Raina of Jordan and guitar god Eric Clapton on 60 Minutes, followed by an all-new Touched by an Angel and Chuck Norris in the CBS Sunday movie, The President's Man. That's tonight on CBS. laps to go. Terry Labonte moves past Tony Stewart. That is for 8th place, Dick Berggren.
You were right, Mike. The smoke is coming out of Steve Park's exhaust, both of them, so that's a pretty serious internal problem. The engine was absolutely rattling when he pulled out of pit road here. It'll be a miracle if he makes it to the end.
The motor sound just like him running down pit road with the mic, didn't it?
It's only got to run 16 more miles, and then the warranty's up. Every year since 1994, Winston Cup Racing has had at least one first-time winner. Back in 1997, it was Jeff Burton right here in Texas. And we may be 11 laps from it happening again. Dale Earnhardt Jr. has a 3-second lead as the laps tick down, 10 to go.
You know, we were just talking a second ago about Davey Allison. When you win that first race, you may win many more because you have that confidence. Right now, he has the confidence. When he wins, he may win 4 or 5 races this year. Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Of course, Tony Stewart had that great season last year as a rookie, won 3 races. And a lot of people thought, well, Earnhardt might be the guy that could come in and duplicate that kind of an effort. Certainly, if he goes on and wins here today, it'll be a giant step towards it.
Like most fathers and sons, there's a bit of a generation gap between Earnhardt and Junior. Dale likes to get up early and go work on his ranch at the crack of dawn. Junior likes to sleep in till noon, but he'll stay up half the night on the internet.
Yeah, or on his drums. He's a drummer. Yes. He loves to go out. He loves to have fun with kids his own age. I mean, you want to talk about an All-American boy, he's in that 8 car, Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Well, he's played a tattoo on the field here this afternoon. 8 laps to go as he crosses the stripe. There's Kevin LePage on the left of your screen in 5th place. The 12 of Jeremy Mayfield is 6th.
He continues to lengthen his lead. He's up to about 4 seconds now.
We are told that Steve Park had a stuck valve in the engine on the restart. Don't know if he over-revved it between gears or not, but the team feels that will not be of consequence to Dale Jr. His lead's up to 4 seconds. 7 to go. Here's this battle for 5th, and it's tightening up between LePage, the outside pole sitter, and Jeremy Mayfield, who finished 5th here last year.
Jeremy able to hold that low line right there as they're working by Kenny Irwin Jr. as they come off the back to the back straightaway there. They do get closer and closer every lap.
It's 4 seconds. 1st to 2nd, and a 2nd to 3rd, Bobby Labonte. Rusty Wallace is 4th ahead of this battle. Kevin LePage from Vermont and Kentucky's Mayfield. Stacy Compton being overlapped by Earnhardt Jr. Dale Earnhardt Jr. has had but 1 top 10 finish this season. Came at Las Vegas where he finished 10th. And only 2 other finishes within the top 20.
But with 2 years in a row where he was Busch Grand National Champion, don't you know all the kids back here that are learning right now in that division are saying, someday I might be like Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Well, never mind the finishes. I think the key here, buddy, is that Dale Earnhardt Jr. this year in a Winston Cup car has led at all 3 mile-and-a-half racetracks. He led at Las Vegas, he led at Atlanta, and he's well out in front here with 5 laps to go.
A few years back, I watched him run his first race against his father over in Japan, and I'll tell you what, he led a great deal of that race. So it's not just a mile-and-a-half racetrack. This guy is very, very talented.
He has an older brother, Kerry, who also races, and his older sister, Kelly, drove some late model cars for several years.
Kelly's beat him before. Kelly was very, very good down in Myrtle Beach where they cut their teeth. The both of them were great drivers.
4 more times around. 4 more time trial style laps for Dale Earnhardt Jr. Now 2 seconds separate 2nd and 3rd.
Yeah, once Jeff Burton got around Bobby Labonte, he just moved away.
Mike, there's something happening in the grandstand. Every person here is standing now. Nobody's sitting anymore. They're standing.
Time to count the cash, buddy.
You know something special is happening right now.
3 laps to go. Well, like father, like son.
And you know he knows what's going on. A lot of pride has to be.
Well, he's moved up where he can almost see now. He's in 7th place himself. Dale Earnhardt Sr. is.
What a day for this great third-generation driver from Kannapolis, North Carolina. White flag, last lap for Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Yeah, don't you know his heart's beating harder than that car's running right now?
His grandfather, Ralph, former national champion, they called him Ironheart because he gave nothing on the racetrack. His father, 7-time Winston Cup champion, once dubbed Ironhead, and then the Intimidator. And how about this kid?
He can coast on now, Mike.
Checkered flag. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is Texas Motor Speedway's second first-time Winston Cup winner. Jeff Burton is second. Bobby Labonte third. Rusty Wallace leads Kevin LePage and Jeremy Mayfield to the checkered flag.
You know, there's as much pride in that 3 car as Dale Earnhardt Sr. goes around this racetrack for what this kid has done right now as the kid himself.
And Tony Uri Sr. has been crew chief to both Earnhardts at different times in their career, including Earnhardt Jr.'s Busch National Championship in the Busch Grand National Series. Let's get his thoughts with Ralph.
Tony Uri Sr. has just won his first ever Winston Cup race. Tony, tell me how it feels.
It ain't hit me yet. But that's the way we wanted to win one. We wanted to come down here. We want to show these guys that we're capable of doing it. It's not just some Busch team that moved up here. It's a great race team right there, and these guys proved it today.
Tell me your feelings about Dale Earnhardt Jr. and what type of driver he is already at this young stage in his career.
Well, he's still learning. It's hard to keep him slowed down, as I guess everybody's seen today. And when his car's good, he's going to show it. And that's the problem we have. When we get in traffic, we got in trouble. Just like the last 3 weeks, we've wrecked 3 race cars. So that's the only thing we got to do, just keep him toned down. He's like a wild horse. You just got to keep him toned down all the time.
Not surprising this young Mustang would get his first win right here at Texas. And Mike, he was yelling and jumping and screaming up and down inside the cockpit of the car, yelling and cheering to all his guys as he crossed the finish line.
Well, there's Dad, who parked his car just outside victory lane to come in and join the celebration. Now, he's entitled to go there, not just as the father of the winner, but as the winning car owner.
Indeed.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. led 6 times for 106 laps.
You know, last night I predicted this was going to happen. I just had a feeling all week long that Dale Earnhardt Jr. was going to win this race.
See the crew members from other teams coming out to congratulate him. One of Jeff Burton's crew members.
What a great day for this great racing family. And for the Pettys, their 4th generation star, Adam Petty, got his first taste of Winston Cup competition today. Adam will end up 40th, but had a strong race until he came out of it in lap 215. There's the Intimidator. And today, proud father.
See? There is a heart as big as a man.
Well, I know how it feels. It's special to see your children do good things. It means more many times than it always did with me, at least. Means more than something that I ever did. And I expect Dale Earnhardt has some very similar feelings there right now.
He run right up under that red hat, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well, Ned, you won 50 Winston Cup races, but I remember the emotion in your voice. You described the first time Dale Jarrett won a Winston Cup race up at Michigan.
It's so special. It's sometimes hard to put into words. Every dad out there watching and listening knows what we're talking about. I mean, if your son wins in the Little League or whatever it is, it's special when your children do special things.
Well, he's in the family business now. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is a Winston Cup winner and a Busch Series champion. He's run 190 miles an hour all day. And now, he coasted into victory lane. And waiting on him, along with Dale Earnhardt, is Ken Squire.
His dad is here first. What a moment. The 7-time
Winston Cup champion, pushing his son's car to a stop in victory lane here at Texas. Hey, fellow, what does it mean to win your first Winston Cup race?
That's pretty special.
Dale, you seem more emotional than I've seen you in all your victories.
Hey, man, come on. Come on. That's crazy, isn't it?
How about it, Dale? This is as big a moment for you as it is for him, I think.
I tell you, he's something else. He's talking about coming to Texas and winning his first Cup race. He won his first Busch race here. We knew the kid could do it. Tony Uri and all the guys worked really hard, and I got to thank Budweiser, Chevrolet, and everybody. This kid, he worked hard. And Tony Jr., Tony Sr., Richie Gilmore, and all them guys in that engine shop. They got a good race car, a good engine, and boy, drove a good race.
And it was only your 12th start in Winston Cup.
Yeah, I'm out of breath, man. I tell you what, that was the hardest race I ever drove.
You certainly drove a beautiful one today, and you were pulling away at the finish.
Yeah. We had a flu all day long, all week long, and felt pretty good. And once the race started, we had a good car, and I was pretty happy.
You certainly did a beautiful job. Dale Earnhardt Jr. wins his first Winston Cup victory. Let's go to Mike Joy.
Like father, like son. Dale Earnhardt Jr. conquers Texas ahead of Jeff Burton, Bobby Labonte, Rusty Wallace, and Kevin LePage, the top 5.
I don't think I've ever seen Dale Earnhardt Sr. that excited.
I know.
Maybe when he won the Daytona 500.
Maybe.
Close. Wow.
6 through 10, Jeremy Mayfield, Dale Earnhardt, Terry Labonte, Tony Stewart, and Ricky Rudd. What a day as they tame the asphalt frontier. For Ken Squire, Ned Jarrett, Buddy Baker, Dick Berger, and Ralph Shaheen, and Bill Stevens, I'm Mike Joy saying so long from Texas Motor Speedway, where Dale Earnhardt Jr. has won his first Winston Cup race, the DirecTV Texas 500. This has been...
He won his first major here. Now Tiger Woods' legendary march continues as he pursues a second green jacket. A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS Sports.
Chuck Norris is the President's Man, CBS tonight.
Free cars. 3 cars. Who wants to win a Toyota? Hi, I'm Jennifer Pulley. News Channel 3 and your local Toyota dealer are giving away 3 free cars. You can win this new 2000 Toyota Echo. Can't you see yourself cruising to the beach in this beauty? Just watch News Channel 3 at 5:30 for the questions beginning April 17th. Then send in 3 correct answers and the dates you saw them on a postcard or back of an envelope. Who wants to win a Toyota? Starting April 17th, only on News Channel 3.
Now, put the power of Triple Doppler on your side with Triple Doppler Now Alerts. Just like the pinpoint accuracy of Triple Doppler radar, Now Alerts delivers your precision daily forecast customized to your zip code. And when severe weather strikes, Triple Doppler Now Alert sends a pinpoint warning instantly to your pager, cell phone, or Palm Pilot. Best of all, it's free. Log on to WTKR.com to sign up for Triple Doppler Now Alerts, only on News Channel 3. Now, that's coverage you can count on.
News Channel 3 online, WTKR.com.
This is the CBS Evening News with John Roberts.
Good evening. The future of Bill Gates' vast computer empire hangs in the balance tonight after talks between Microsoft and the Justice Department broke down over the weekend. At issue, whether Microsoft broke antitrust laws in the way it packaged its famous Windows program. A federal judge will rule in the coming days whether Microsoft will continue as the nation's software mega giant or if it will be broken up into bits and bytes. Lee Cowan has our report.
With the out-of-court settlement now dead and a court-ordered breakup looming,
Microsoft made it clear it's ready to continue the long battle to keep the company intact and on top.
Now we'll have to win the case through the legal system. We continue to believe that we have a strong legal case and that the judicial system will ultimately rule in our favor.
The Justice Department argues that Microsoft doesn't play fair, and its arm lock on the computer industry must be broken. Joel Klein of the government's antitrust division promises to find a way that prevents Microsoft from using its monopoly in the future to stifle competition, hamper innovation, and limit consumer choice. The judge hearing the case seems to be leaning in that direction. Judge Thomas Penfield Jackson recently compared Microsoft to the Standard Oil Company, an industry giant that was broken up by the government 90 years ago. Microsoft's hopes now rest on an appeal, meaning more time and more money spent on a case some analysts say has become a major distraction.
The industry is changing so fast that they could fall out of favor within the next year if they do not scramble and make sure that they are following the changes that are happening in the industry.
But a delay could also work in Microsoft's favor, giving it more time to keep doing business as usual.
Clearly, Microsoft hopes that if they delay this, if they appeal, if they fight tooth and nail, at some point down the road, something will change legally, technically, politically, to the point where it'll maybe take the heat off them.
The worst-case scenario for Microsoft would be if the judge orders a breakup of the company, which at the very least means a change in the way Microsoft